Hey guys, what's cracking? It's Krakenation here, coming at you guys today to talk about the next installment of our Pokemon Sword and Shield competitive analysis videos. Today we're going to be taking a look at Falinks. Falinks has been a hotly contested and hotly debated topic in the Pokemon Sword and Shield community so far already, and also been highly requested on this channel. Before I get into that, guys, if you want to stay up to date with everything I'm doing in Pokemon Sword and Shield, our channel has been quickly growing so fast. Be sure to drop a subscription down below and join the Discord, like, comment, all that stuff. That way you can stay up to date with everything and all the videos that I'm pumping out for your Pokemon Sword and Shield fix. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at Falinks here. It's a fighting type. This Pokemon is pure fighting, which is interesting because it is kind of like a bug type thing. So pure fighting is interesting, and it even gets bug coverage. But its abilities are Battle Armor and Defiant. Battle Armor is going to make it not able to be crit, so that you never have to get worried about being critical hit while you're using this Pokemon, which is actually really good, and we'll talk about why. And then Defiance is your other option, and Defiance is going to give you a +2 attack boost whenever any of your stats drops. So if you got Intimidate boosted, you would get +2 attack from it, and then you end up at +1, or if you got like a random drop, you're always going to get a +2 attack boost. So let's go ahead and take a look at this thing's stats. They're pretty balanced across the board. Pretty good physical defense with 65 HP and 100 defense. 100 attack is also quite decent. It's like not amazing, but once we get into what this Pokemon is bringing to the table, we'll see why this Pokemon is good. These stats are good enough. 70 special attack is fine. That does not matter to you whatsoever. 60 Spadef does matter. That's not great, and that's going to be unfortunate, so that's a kind of a bummer. But we'll try to work around that. And then 75 speed is also not great, but it's got some tools in its arsenal to kind of mitigate that pretty freaking well. So definitely these stats are pretty good across the board, but we're going to take a look at what these stats, what I'm talking about how these stats matter and don't matter, and that is No Retreat. This is quite possibly one of the most insane moves ever printed by Game Freak. It's absolutely nuts. What No Retreat does is gives you a +1 boost to all your stats. That's right, +1 attack, +1 defense, +1 speed, +1 special attack, +1 special defense. What's the downside, you ask? Well, you can't switch. Okay, that's not really a downside, because if you have that many boots set up, you don't want to switch that much. Like I'd say 75% of the time, you didn't want to switch anyways. You wanted to stay in. So No Retreat is kind of insane, and it takes those decent stats across the board and makes them really good, really fast, all at the same time, and that's going to be insane. For fighting type moves for this guy, to hit those fighting stats, it's got a few options. Close Combat and Superpower are going to be your two options. However, on certain sets and variants of Falinks, I think you're going to actually want to run Brick Break instead, and that's because on more defensive Falinks setup variants, you're going to want to not be hit by Superpower and Close Combat drops. Now, if you're running a pure offensive Falinks, that doesn't matter to you that as much. Close Combat's going to be your easy go-to in those situations. But on more defensive variants, you're going to want to stick with Brick Break, I think. First Impression's a cool move. If you don't know what it is, it's basically a bug move that you can only use on the first turn your Pokemon's in battle. It's an 80 base power priority bug move, but you can only use it on the turn you come into battle. Focus Blast is an option. I guess the thing is, special Failings could easily also be a thing. So if you wanted to run Focus Blast, you could. Iron Head is another good option. Iron Head's probably one of your better coverage moves. Mega Horn, also really great coverage move. If this thing was a bug type, Mega Horn would be insane, but it's not. That kind of sucks. Rock Slide is going to be another good coverage option. Zen Headbutt, another good coverage option. I put Swords Dance here. You're never going to run Swords Dance. You're going to run No Retreat, but I just put it there just in case. Rest is a Pokemon move that a lot of Pokemon get, but I think it's very notable on Falinks because of what style of Pokemon this plays as. Then we've got Throat Chop, more dark physical coverage. And then Sleep Talk. Obviously, most Pokemon also get Sleep Talk, but I want to talk about why Rest Sleep Talk, if that's ringing any bells, might be the way to go with a Falinks set. So let's take a look at the first set I've cooked up here, and this is just No Retreat offense, I'm calling it. This is going to be a just offensive setup sweeper. It's going to take advantage of all those boosts you're getting and hopefully get a couple of them up and then start going off. Life Orb is going to be your go-to set to try to give you as much damage output as possible. 252 attack, 252 speed, Jolly Nature, make you as hard-hitting while maintaining your speed as best as you can. No Retreat's going to be your go-to setup move, obviously, all the time. It's going to be insane. Close Combat is okay in this set because, like I said, once you're set up, you don't plan on switching out, and once you're set up, you don't plan on needing to take, hopefully, as many hits anyways, so you don't mind the Spadef drops. Mega Horn is also a really good option. It just hits things that Close Combat isn't pretty well in general, so you're going to achieve pretty good coverage through these two moves. We've seen that with Heracross be really viable. Iron Head is going to be the final move we run here. Iron Head will let you hit ghost types that you can't hit with the other two moves very well. Obviously, you could run Throat Chop, but the other reason we want to run Iron Head is hit those fairy types that are going to resist your 2 stabs also. So because you're getting resisted by ghosts and fairy types, I wanted to run Iron Head over Poison Jab or Throat Chop in that last spot to achieve coverage on both of those Pokemon. Poison Jab obviously would be resisted by ghosts, so I chose Iron Head here. Now, if your team has a specific need, you could modify that last move to fit your needs, but that's what I ran here. Now, here's a set that I'm really excited for, and this is the Rest Talk Falinks set. So we're going to go with the item leftovers to maximize your survivability, and we're going to give it max HP, max def, and a careful nature. That way we're maximizing our bulk as we're on our road to setting up. And so what this set's going to do is going to Rest Talk. You're going to use Rest and Sleep Talk to keep yourself healthy. No Retreat's going to slowly just keep compounding and making you bulkier and bulkier and bulkier until your opponent can no longer beat you. Thanks to Battle Armor, you cannot be crit, so your opponent can't hope on a crit to bail them out. And as you get bulkier and bulkier, you're going to get stronger and stronger, and these Brick Breaks are going to start hurting more and more and more. And this set just feels insane to me. I think this could easily be a UU or OU caliber set. The only problems this set's going to run into are things like Ghost types, where you obviously cannot hit a Ghost type. You could choose a different move over Brick Break. You could easily run like Iron Head and achieve more coverage on other things. I put Brick Break here, but if you don't feel comfortable not being able to hit Ghost types, especially in a world where Pursuit no longer exists, you definitely opt to keep a move that like Iron Head there, for example, or Mega Horn that hits more things. That would be what I recommend. So to summarize with looking at some pros and cons for Falinks, it's got a good physical move pool like we talked about. It's got all the things it needs. No Retreat is an absolutely busted move. This move is one of the best moves ever printed by Game Freak, without a doubt. I'd call it like, it's up there. It's got to be so far up there. And finally, its natural bulk allows it to set up opportunities. So you're gonna hopefully be able to get up 1 boost, and then once you get 1 boost up, you'll be able to go off. The cons, I guess you can't switch is a con, right? That's the theoretical con of No Retreat, but I don't see that as a huge downside, honestly. It's only like a partial, very small downside. You probably weren't going to want to switch after you got a couple boosts up anyways, because you spent a lot of time getting those boosts up. So I don't see it as that much of a downside. It's mediocre without those boosts, however, so obviously if you ever thought you're going to run Falinks without No Retreat, you're not going to do that. You're not going to run Falinks without Retreat. You're going to listen to me here. You're going to run No Retreat on every single Falinks set ever made, because this move is too good not to run. And finally, phasing and hazing are what you're going to look out for. Just because you can't switch doesn't mean your opponent can't force you out in this situation. So your opponent can use Whirlwind or Haze or something like that to get rid of your stat boosts. However, because you're going to be so fast after a couple of these, that is not even a huge con, because hopefully you'll be able to attack first and kill something before it is able to get rid of your boosts. So let's take a look at some team options. I think Screen Support is going to be really nice for Falinks, because Screen Support will give it the chance to hopefully set up more without being too afraid of getting hit before it sets up. Other option with this would be like a Memento Pokemon. A Pokemon with a Memento could be another good option. So it's kind of similar to Screen Support in that sense, where you're forcing your opponent to not do as much damage for some reason or another, and you're utilizing that opportunity to set up Falinks. Dark types are also going to be good partners for Falinks, just in general, because Dark types will be able to take on those Ghost types that Falinks can't hit. You can also take this to another level and go and find maybe like a Steel type to hit Fairy types as well. Things that Falinks just really, when you run only fighting moves and you're mono fighting stab, you're going to want to be careful about Ghost types. Another Pokemon that really appreciates Falinks is Slow Pivots. Slow Pivots can bring Falinks in for free and just give you more setup opportunities. So, like I said, you're just constantly going to be looking for setup opportunities. Once this Pokemon gets a couple of these setups, the game could be over every single time. Big threats, obviously, we talked about phasing and hazing could be something to look out for. Again, I don't think this is going to be the biggest problem in the world, because like once you get up a couple of those boosts, those things that are going to phase and haze you out are going to be slower than you, because it's also obviously priority -6, and then they're going to destroy you. Sorry, you're going to destroy them, I should say. So they're not going to get a chance to do anything. Prankster shenanigans, I guess, is something I had to note, because Prankster is a way that somebody could like taunt you or will-o-wisp you, prevent you from getting more No Retreats up, and then take advantage of that. Finally, another huge problem, and I think this might be the most viable concern when running Falinks, is getting hit by wall breakers and powerful attackers before your Falinks has a chance to get its boost up. That's going to be the biggest hurdle for it to reach. Now, that said, I think it very well could, but if I had to pick one, like, best way to beat Falinks would be to hit it hard before it gets its boosts up, and then cleaning it up with priority as best you can. Because once this thing gets a few boosts up, if it gets like 2 No Retreats up while it's still over like 70% health, good night. That's gonna be a solid L that you're about to hold very, very firmly. So that's my Falinks video, guys. This guy I think seems really, really good to me. If you want to go ahead and take a look, let me know what you guys think about him in the comment section below. Make sure to drop a subscription if you want to stay up to date with all my Pokemon Sword and Shield content. Definitely would love to see that subscription count. We're so close to 1K, guys. All of us, I was at 200 just a few days ago, and now I'm almost at 1K, and that's unbelievable. So thank you guys to all the support we've been getting. It's been absolutely phenomenal. If you want to comment, let me know what you guys think about this Pokemon in the comment section below, or join the Discord chat and ask me questions there. I'm much more likely to respond in a more quick, more appropriate fashion as far as speed of response if you talk to me in the Discord, just because I see those notifications a lot more often. But until next time, I will see you guys later. Krakenation out.